and welcome once again, Shore League, to the 2009 fantasy football season. I'm your host, Bobby, sports journalist, and I'm going to take you through the draft and through week 1, and it all starts right now. The big news, of course, was Zack Attack splitting up. Little Zach Catanzaro kicked from the team, or was he? This is what Zach Serrano had to say. The big story so far, besides the new team, besides the renaming, is what happened with Zack Attack. That was once a duo, but is now an uno. What happened?
Well, Bobby, a few things happened that just made me realize how bad of a partner Zach really became over the year. And some things just aren't acceptable when it comes to fantasy sports. And one thing that I don't tolerate is lying to your partner.
So he lied to you?
He lied.
He lied to you?
He told me he couldn't make the draft.
Well, he's not here. That's not a lie.
He's not here, but he said he couldn't make it because he had something to do with school. Turns out he's at a friend's party. A friend's party.
Now, we can't substantiate this. We don't have all the evidence. But what we do have is some rumblings that he actually dropped you from the team, and he quit. Now, is this true at all?
The funny thing about that is, Bobby, nobody ever heard a word about him dropping me from the team after I fired his ass.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's all we have time for now. We'll get to the bottom of this developing story. I'm signing out. Bobby, sports journalist. Now, an anonymous source sent in this video that completely contradicts what Zack Serrano said happened. Roll footage.
Hey, Zach. What's going on? It's the other Zach. Yeah, I just wanted to call and let you know that I'm tired of your lazy fucking ass. I can't believe that I've been carrying this team, but your lazy, sleepy Garfield ass. You're not doing nothing for this team, and I don't even think you'll make it past the 10th round without me. Like, how can you draft without me? But I gotta tell you something. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm leaving. I'm out of the league. I will come back when something better arises. Hopefully better than you. Peace, bitch.
The mystery for Zack Attack will have to just go on for now. Zack Attack, meanwhile, lost in their opening game by 4 points. The Bilius brothers had a poor showing at running back, less than 10 points between their two, Steven Jackson and Chris Wells. Although excellent receiving with 14, 19, and 13 points out of Moss Jennings and Tony Gonzalez. On to the next game. Team Machiavelli loses their first game, as they do every year. I'd like to remind you that last year they lost and then went 15-1 on the season. Anthony Gonzalez, out for a few weeks, hurt Machiavelli with a big goose egg. Both these teams' first-round running backs underperformed, with Michael Turner only 6 points and Matt Forte only 5 points. Ugly Coyotes get the win with good play from Hasselback, 24 points, and Santonio Holmes, 19 points. Next up, we have the Big Dog winning over Ninjas and Pastels in one of those battles of who sucked the least. Unfortunately, these battles are very common in the Eastern Division, and it turns out that the Big Dogs sucked the least this week, winning 75.7 to 62.6. The big story here with Big Dogs is they took 2 running backs for the first time ever in their draft history. Apparently, sources tell us that Big Dogs owner Big Bob Fiorentino did not know that Drew Brees was still available in round 1. More on that later, and his 6 touchdowns. Slayton and Brandon Jacobs combined for a measly 10 points. Ninjas also went 2 running backs in the first round. Portis and Chris Johnson combined for just 14. Newly named team Rapidly Aging Douchebags are rapidly becoming the best team in the Shore League. With Adrian Peterson 3 touchdowns and John Carlson out of nowhere with 2 touchdowns. This team came in strong even with the Giants' defense at 17 points. Chubity Bop, the new team. So go the Texans, so go Chubity Bop. With Schaub and Andre Johnson scoring very low, Kevin Smith was the only player in a skill position that reached double-digit points. However, the Eagles' defense with 36 points had a freak occurrence that made this look like a respectable score. Team Rad beats Chubity Bop, 119.3 to 94.5. Now, G-Unit owner Nick Ullman has been crying for 2 seasons about trying to switch divisions. Wah, I get beat too much. Wah, this is too tough. Well, you know what, Nick Ullman? It is too tough because your wussy ass lost to IRA yet again. Brady came close to over 400 yards in the game as the Pats stole the game from the Bills. While IRA didn't have any super spectacular players, they had 4 players with 14 plus points. IRA beats G-Unit 90.7 to 82. And last but not least, Rob G once again strikes karma gold when Drew Brees fell to him in the late second round. Drew Brees, that is, and his 6 touchdowns for 40 points. Now newly renamed Iron Chef had a monster day from Reggie Wayne to the tune of 162 yards and a touchdown. 18 points out of Maurice Jones-Drew showed a very respectable showing, but not enough to beat the Golden Boy Rob G.
He's not good at football, so these sort of things happen. Yeah.
Mini Pink Cupcakes win over Iron Chef 98.8 to 84.2. That's it for this week's wrap-up. Make sure to tune in next week for more fantasy coverage and take some looks at the draft. I'm Bobby, sports journalist.
This is my new teammate, and he's already 1,000 times better than my old one.
Where is that? Anthony's inside.
So James, give us a few sound bites about the team.
I mean, I'm not very surprised, you know what I mean? I've been going bald since I'm 18. I like it though. Not a big deal.
So Evan likes it.
I'm going to make sure I fuck his wife. Okay? So, you have fun now. My God.
So Evan likes it. Not James, not so much.
Evan likes everything.
Evan's going to apologize about it.
I feel bad. I'm sorry about my hair, right?
Rapidly aging douchebag. That was my fault there.
So, for Bobby's pick in the 8th round, we're going to choose someone else who's prematurely, he's a rapidly aging douchebag, just like James. Brett Favre it is. There he is. His name is Matt Hasselbeck, and he has as much hair as James has. Yeah, he does. And his sister-in-law's number 1.
He's a rad all-star. If I was going to put it Kobe finishing?
Just kidding.
He finished.
Get out of here. Dude, this better not be on